Hair is getting a bit wild in Caillou's house. You guys, I've never had my hair this long in life, and what the heck was that? Everything good? I haven't seen that happen before. I've seen the file update in real time. Oh, one second. Let me get this stretch out. Stretch it. Oh, tight. Oh my gosh, I need to stretch that out. Oh. Anyways, Day 8. Patience. I know I wrote this one for actually no. This one's good. Recently, I had a conversation with my mom, right? And she was like, right now in her life, she's learning, relearning how important patience is in your life for a lot of things. Now, I feel like I can talk about the law of attraction and manifesting because it's so common now for people to talk about. But to give you, I'll say this, to separate me from the bunch, to give you real experiences from my life and how it's happened for me, even though you still need to find your own style, is intense intention and emotion in the moment for what you want to create, and then you let it go. It's a very real thing. My most recent one that I'm extremely proud of, not like the $20,000 or other things you may have heard me reference. The one that I'm very extremely proud of was this night that I went to security. Now, I would probably say maybe skip ahead. No. I'm not going to say skip ahead because I want you guys to get the full effect. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to give you guys why I think patience is just so important. And then I'm going to go into my story with how I have attracted stuff into my life with patience. Okay. Because I feel like a lot of the culture now in everything is built on fast ways to get money, fast cash, fast this, fast. And while things may be speeding up, not everything is meant to be fast. And especially your self journey. You're not supposed to rush it. It's the journey. That's what it is. It's not the destination, and it's not the beginning is sometimes awesome, or even the end is sometimes awesome. But the whole point to anything is a journey. It's the journey. It's that distance in between. And one really big thing that I want to talk about when it comes to patience is honestly my story, because it'll be better to just wrap this all together. But it's just that it is so much more beneficial because it's almost like tying into controlling your emotions. It's like, you ever get giddy or anxious just for something to happen, or something's about to come, but like maybe it's like your birthday, maybe you get excited about that or whatever, but you kind of speaking to younger people, if you don't get gifts anymore, but say like you got something. I feel like this one's like difficult. I need to do it in a way that there is patience in like waiting for things to come to you and gifts and everything, because you can get like hype and just can't wait and you want to know. But I feel like I need to tackle patience when it comes to careers or what you're going for in life. And the way I wanted to explain patience in this way is almost because we at the click of our fingers, man, we have access to Instagram, YouTube, and seeing so many people's lives in the now of where they're at. And that can distort. Oh, that's right. I was going to do distractions. All right, I'm going to do distractions after this day. But, or actually, should I do distractions? I'll name this one day, whatever. No. I'll just do distractions after. So, sorry, getting back on topic, is we can see everyone's life super fast. Like, let me see if I can open up Instagram. Maybe I can pull an example for you right now. Okay, right? Here we go, right? I mean, that's the perfect dude I could pull up. But, whatever you choose to do in your life, be the best at it. For you, of course, but yeah, true. This person's like whipping up popcorn. So look, look, they're over here serving up popcorn. Look at this, flip. He's smooth with it, or she. Either way, they're smooth with it, right? This video is by Matrix of Wealth, funny enough. And I can look at that video and say I'm in the same field. I'm like, damn, I want to get that good. And like, I'm trying to find shortcuts and everything. And it's like, no, patience. Your time will come with this. You will be that good if you stay consistent to the path you're on. Or even like, you know, for me, I'm in calisthenics, right? See a dude like this. Look at this. Look at this insane hold he's about to do. Shout out to this guy. It's like, I know if I stay consistent, I can get that pose eventually. I can already do a couple of poses. But, you know, if I'm rushing and I'm trying to get there, I'm trying to push it every day, it's like, no, it's only one day at a time. You can end up hurting yourself. You can end up messing up your journey. You can end up doing so much where it's like you just got to have patience. You're so ready to rush and arrive at the destination. It's like, no, remember, it's the journey that gets you there. And I guess that's the best way. I guess the best way to really make this stick and hit for you is to get into my stories. Is, for example, and I was going to say skip to 5 or 6 minutes, and it's funny, I actually am transitioning into it, so I guess I had the timing right. An example was, I went into work, right? And I've always struggled with this, with manifesting things and creating things in general, because like, I was in a rush to see it happen, man. I was doing all the things, writing in my journal every day, waiting, like, come on. And it was creating, and honestly, that's a good way to tackle it. When you're not patient, you create a lot of anxiety, or like future anxiety, or like just giddiness where you're like all edging for it to happen, and you can throw your energy off, rather than being in that state of knowing something is done and knowing something is coming to you and knowing that something has its own personal timing for you, rather to see someone else get it. Also, with tying it into the law of attraction and manifestation, sometimes when you're creating something, you can see someone else end up getting that thing in a sort of synchronistic lineup, which that is more affirmation to your thing is coming for you. So don't start getting out of it now. Just keep your mind strong. But at work, I was like, you know what? I truly want to test this. And, I'd be lying to myself all the time. And I'm like, you know what? If in this moment I truly create this thing to happen, then I know for sure that I'm creating things from my mind. And it's not a trick. Because sometimes I fight with myself thinking all this is just not real, right? But what I did was, I meditated on a candle that was across the bar in this place. I was in a part of this event or venue called Down Bar. So I was in Down Bar. I think it's Down Bar. Yeah, I was in Down Bar. And I'm watching this candle. And while I'm sitting there, I'm just focusing, letting the vision go blurry, feeling the separation, still paying attention to my surroundings, because you're like in a Zen state. It's like I'm meditating with my eyes open, candle meditation. And it was a deep candle. But I almost felt like the flame was dancing and talking to me, and I'm just there with it. And during this, I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's make something happen. There's going to be a woman that comes up to me, and I don't know what she's going to need. It could be flirting or whatever. She could do whatever. I don't mind, but she's going to come up to me and specifically start a conversation. Now, it seems so open-ended and just like weird, right? But no. I'm going to tell you what's wild is that day before I went into work, I had a meditation and everything, but the feelings I had in my heart before I went in was like, yo, nobody just understands me, man. This shit is just all fake. I don't want to go in here because like just nobody gets, it's easy money, but like to me, but it's just like, man, it's just like, I feel like nobody really gets what's going on. Right. And I was having those thoughts and I was like, oh, I don't want to feel like this. So I just, wiped it, got in the Uber, got there and was like, whatever, I got into gear. Because, man, we just got to shoulder that shit. So when I was creating this, I said that I specifically want this woman to be on the same thing I am on, like a mirror reflection. So then I let it go. Boom. I let it go. And I said, I'm going to have patience. I'm going to let it go. I didn't just constantly keep thinking about it. I went back to my job. I was like, guarding the door, blah, blah, checking for underage drinkers, whatever. I kid you not. Event starts to get a little bit later. Things are flowing. Things are working. And a coworker of mine ends up like really formally introducing herself. And we start talking. And at first, this is how my mind tricked me. I thought it was her that I created. And I was like, no way. Because we just start talking. And we're talking about curses and all this and crazy stuff. Awesome. She was awesome. yeah, just this very like beautiful soul in my opinion, and just like it was dope as fuck talking to her. I was like, no way. And she wanted to hear the rest of my story when I predicted something to happen. So she went to go do her rounds because she was a roamer. When now after that, little time passed. I think she ends up coming back for one moment, but then she had to leave again. And now Down Bar is kind of getting a little bit more packed because we're kind of moving into the night where the inside band started playing while the outside event was going on. But literally, I changed my position to kind of stand in the middle of the door in this other section. So, like, you know, people see me standing there, so they kind of know not to go through the door. Plus, I don't want to sit the whole time because I was sitting for a lot. And I kid you not, this woman comes in crying. She looks way different from everyone else, has a different glow, a different feel about her, not like drunk or anything like that. Just this different vibe. And I was like, this is odd. So I didn't now, like I said, out of sight, out of mind. I did not even think about what I created earlier. It didn't even cross my mind. It did when we got into the conversation. I ended up telling her, but she comes up and she's crying to me and like saying, can she just stand here for a minute? And I was like, catch her breath. I'm like, damn, yeah, be fine, you know, cry it out, whatever. And literally the next moment, I cannot write how crazy this was. She starts saying how what made her upset is just so beneath her. Then we just start talking about like her career and like, you know, we're talking about each other, introducing each other. And her name, I remember it was like, it started with a T, but it was this awesome name. But she was foreign and blah, blah, blah. And just talking about how she travels and her husband just owns like, I think some of the real estate out here. It's just, every time I recall the story, it's getting a little bit blurred. But the part that I will never forget is that she was into all of the deeper side of this, like the dark, shadowy, spiritual side where it's not all this love and rainbows and bullshit with staying positive all the time. Like really to get the true light within yourself, going to them dark places. And that she was going for her, I think like it was her yoga, like was it yoga license or something like that? But oh my gosh, it was like crazy. And that's in the moment when I realized I made this happen, because she was talking about all the shit I was on. I was like, what? And the night even ended up getting crazier with a video that I'm going to post on the channel soon to just honor this guy, this dude named, I'll say W. He came up and he started getting the conversation, and he happened to be on mushrooms. Don't condone taking any psychedelics, but just be safe. But he was on psychedelics, and he came up and was in the conversation. That shit felt so crazy. It felt like it was just us three in this whole room of people. But, you know, I had to make sure my attention was still on paying attention around. But I had 2 other guards with me anyway, so it didn't really matter. Plus, they're not strict on that where you can't talk to anybody. But, yeah, it was insane. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I told her too, yo, like, I was creating this event to happen. And it's almost like literally we lined up to where we would end up talking. It was just so insane. And I can't stress that enough, that was purely patience and trust. It's almost like trust. That could be like trust within myself. I don't even know if this lined up to patience, but that's what I mean with being just knowing something is going to come to you. Wow, I'm wrapping these videos up better than I'm explaining some of them. I think this is the first one for that, because I don't really know why I had patience, but at least I banged it out, you know. But I think one of the real things about patience in anything is just knowing that your life, or where you want to be at, or something that you know you can see in your mind and you want to achieve, it is going to come to you at a certain timing. You just got to put that intense emotion and feeling that you know is going to happen and let it go. Go back to what you're doing and just keep making moves towards that future, and bring it up from time to time. Don't completely forget it. But when things get hard, when adversity meets you, remember that you got that in your heart, that subconscious, because the mind is all. So remember you got that in your heart and your mind, and keep it there and let it go again. Every time something may come up to where, you know, it's testing, you know, when someone's like, it's testing my patience, let it test you, but always remember where your mind is at, because that was me that night. It was kind of easier because I was kind of already in the state of none of this is real, so I just want to see something magic happen, or that I create from my mind, and that happened. And on my grandma, if I can get the most trust out of you, whatever I can do is on my grandma. This story happened. So if, to those who may not believe, hey, whatever, like this happened and it was so sick. And it's been a long time since I've been able to make something similar happen. There was actually another crazy event after that happened, but after I started getting distracted. And that's when we're going to go into the next one. So yeah, have patience, man. Have patience with everyone and everything too, because it goes back to the judgment video. And I guess I'm ending this way better than it started, is that, you know, have patience with people that aren't your speed too, but want to learn stuff and want to get the knowledge that you may have. You know, patience ties into a lot of things. Have patience with people who are like maybe stuck in their ways, you know, just don't get frustrated at them. Know that they're just coming at things you may be doing in your life at just the level of where they're at. And have patience for, really, it's like have patience for everyone. And remember, whenever your patience is tested, just remember, it's all in the mind. So you will end up where you envision. I think that is it. Now we're going to get on distraction. Distraction, I can't wait for this one, man. I love this one. All right. Peace out, guys.
Hey, there's nothing more for you here. This is the end of the video. Now, you can either subscribe, or you can leave, or you can stay and subscribe. Or this will be the last time we meet, or maybe not. Maybe we're meeting again. Maybe you just decided to let the video play all the way through. Maybe I don't want to think about that. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out of here.